What a lot of people. It sounds like my pitch to bring free pizza was quite motivating.
Yes.
Cool. All right, so I'm glad you guys are all here. My officers and I have spent the last few months working really hard to bring you this today. So we're quite excited to finally share it with you. So let's start this presentation with why. Why are we here? Why did I go and put the effort to get pizza for you guys? Why did we do all this advertising, right? So to explain why, I'm going to start with a story. This is going to be the story of Sarah. Now, Sarah is a student at SJSU, just like you guys. She's motivated, she's funny, right? Most importantly, Sarah is excited about machine learning because of all the exciting applications. For example, self-driving cars, or answering complex questions about the world, even performing better than doctors at diagnosing humans for medicine. And AI can even help people find love. Through this example where a scientist developed an AI to write Tinder bios. So no matter what the application is, Sarah knows that machine learning is changing the world, right? And because Sarah is proactive, just like you guys, she wants to come out on top. But how do we actually get Sarah up the mountain to become a machine learning pro? Well, let's consider two scenarios. So in scenario one, Sarah, the first thing she does is searches up some machine learning courses here at SJSU. She finds things like CS156, which is Intro to AI, and CS185C, Comp188, CS256, and these are all machine learning topics. Now, these courses are really good. We have awesome teachers, and they provide a really great foundation. But Sarah can't help but feel that something's missing from these courses, right? In CS156, for example, there weren't very many projects, and they didn't cover very much machine learning at all. They covered mostly topics from the last century. And in machine learning topics, well, they're kind of limited in scope. Maybe machine learning for security wasn't really her passion. And they're really good to build a theoretical foundation, but she didn't get much hands-on experience. She didn't learn how to code a neural network in class. She had to go do that by herself. So, and what's more is that there was no community. She made one or two friends in her class, but how did she get to know enough people to do a group project? What about networking for future career options? And most importantly, what about friends in general, right? Everyone wants more friends. And she's left with this feeling of what's next, because once these courses are done, there's no more courses for machine learning at SJSU. How does she continue to grow? Now let's consider scenario two. In scenario two, Sarah still takes the same machine learning courses, but this time, she's supplemented by the amazing Machine Learning Club. Now, Machine Learning Club, she gets to participate in hands-on workshops. Remember when she didn't get that coding experience in class? Well, now she can get this at the Machine Learning Club. The Machine Learning Club also provides paper reading groups so that they can stay up to date on the latest topics in AI, and she can continue to grow even after the courses end. Finally, she got to collaborate on a really fun project where she did machine learning on a mobile phone. Most importantly, she found a community of like-minded individuals who are all passionate about machine learning so they can all grow together. She can't help but exclaim, "I love Machine Learning Club." So scenario one looks like this. You have a really tall, intimidating learning curve for machine learning. How could anyone scale that mountain by themselves? Now, in scenario two, the machine learning curve is still just as intimidating, right? But this time, we can all help each other up the curve. We can provide the tools to go hike that mountain, like the hiking boots, the hiking shoes, and we can show each other the best routes to go up that mountain. Let's consider another scenario. How many of you have seen the Avengers? Raise your hands. Cool, almost everyone, right? You guys remember how Iron Man defeated Thanos? He just walked up to Thanos and bopped him on the head and that was it, right? No, of course not. That's not how Iron Man defeated Thanos. He had to have the whole team of Avengers behind him for him to achieve his goal and save humanity. So you know what this picture is? Iron Man is you. Iron Man is super motivated, super smart, right? And then everyone else here is the machine learning club. By joining this club, you'll still be as awesome as Iron Man, but you have the support of the whole club behind you. So again, to reiterate why we're here, the machine learning courses here at SJSU are excellent to build a theoretical foundation, but they're kind of limited. Limited in the number of courses, limited in the topics that they cover, and they lack implementation guidance. Furthermore, they're difficult to discuss and grow outside of class. Yeah. Whereas in the machine learning club, we have hands-on workshops, so you can get experience coding. We're going to have reading groups so that you can learn new AI technology outside of class, and you can continue to collaborate on these group projects. Most importantly, we're a community. So I really want to emphasize this fact. We're a community, not a class. We're a community, not a class. You know, we're students just like you. But what this really means is that you guys can make a difference in our community. And I'm going to show you just how you can do that. So our core content is going to be 1, hands-on workshops, 2, paper discussion groups, and 3, group projects and presentations. And I'll go into detail of each of these now. But to start with, workshops. These workshops are so that you can learn popular machine learning frameworks, things like scikit-learn, Keras, TensorFlow, PyTorch. And each of our workshops, we guarantee are going to be hands-on and follow along. This means that every single workshop, you'll be coding in the workshop. You can go home and say, I actually did something in machine learning today. You can bring that project home and continue to expand on it. So our workshops cater to all levels. We have a beginner track, which is really good if you're new to machine learning. So maybe you've heard a bit about machine learning, but you're not quite sure how to get started, or you want to see like how things are actually done in machine learning, right? So this is more structured, and that's for people who are new to machine learning. But if you're more experienced, we also have the advanced track. Now, the advanced track is a little bit more freeform, but this is best for people who want to learn more about deep learning and how to code their own neural networks. So how can you be an awesome member of the community? Well, again, like I said, we're all college students, just like you guys. We're not perfect. So if you think of something that can be improved, feel free to tell us. You can also become a workshop mentor, which means that you can practice teaching other people what you know. Remember, the best way to learn something is to teach it. And if you want to go all out, you can even lead a workshop to share new knowledge with the club. Second, we have reading groups. And this is really important to understand why you're doing things, right? Hands-on implementation workshops are great, but if you don't know why you're doing it, then you're kind of limited. Imagine if your employer asks you, oh, I noticed you're using convolutional neural networks for all of your projects. Why are you doing that? And what if you respond with, oh, it's because, you know, in college, I joined this machine learning club and they use convolutional neural networks in the workshop. And, you know, it was a really good workshop. They had free pizza. So I've just been using convolutional neural networks the whole time. Your boss is not going to really like that, right? You want to understand why you're doing these things. So that's why it's really important to learn how to read these research papers, and we can do that together. This way, we all learn the frontier of AI learning, and we can grow together. So how you can be awesome as a member is that ask questions during these reading discussion groups. If you have the question, it's likely that someone else also has the same question. And the more questions you ask, the more we all grow together. You can also suggest papers for us to read. You know, my officers and I have some knowledge in a realm of machine learning, but maybe you have some knowledge in a different realm of machine learning that you'd really like us to focus on. So you can go ahead and suggest these papers. And again, learning something is best when you teach it. So you can also lead a discussion group for these papers. Finally, we're going to have projects. So have you guys ever had a situation where you had this really cool idea, but it's really big and it's kind of daunting, right? So how am I going to do all of that by myself? Well, this is your opportunity to pitch an idea to the club and find collaborators to collaborate on your machine learning projects. What's more is that because we're going to become a recognized student organization, the school actually gives us some funds. So if you have a really good project, you can apply to get some of that club funding to sponsor your GPU computation. Furthermore, this helps you practice presenting technical topics. it doesn't matter how smart you are if you don't know how to communicate it properly, right? So here at this club, we're a friendly, open, supportive community. You can practice presenting those technical topics here before you go into the industry. How can you be an awesome member? Well, first, get to know the people in the club. Get to know people so you can find people to collaborate with, and you can also pitch your project here at the club. So here's a tentative timeline of all the things I just discussed. Next week, Wednesday, 9/18, we're going to have our first workshop. For beginners, it'll be an intro to machine learning using pandas and scikit-learn. For the more advanced, we're going to have an anatomy of PyTorch. And then we'll continue with more workshops and reading discussions in the future weeks. So if you guys want to save that date, take out your phone right now, take a picture. Workshop 1 will be next Wednesday, 9/18, from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. in the engineering building, room 292. I'd really like to see all of you guys there. Can I go to this one? Yes. Okay. What did you say? Oh, an alternate time. Right, so because we're just starting out right now, we only have one time per week. However, if you guys want to help and join the team, you can be part of the community so we can have more days during the week to have these workshops. Right. And if you can't make it to a workshop, say like you have a class or you're sick, well, we always have the Slack online community. This is where you can find all the recordings for our meetings, including this one. And here, we really want to try and have a vibrant discussion channel. For example, in the machine learning channel, we post news about machine learning and scholarships, as shown here. Or you can also get help by posting in the machine learning questions. This way, we can continue discussion outside of class. So again, you guys have the opportunity to help us create an amazing community and help it thrive. So what can you guys do today? Well, first, join our Slack group if you haven't already. The URL is right there. And introduce yourself in introductions. Remember, because we're a community, we all want to get to know each other. After this meeting, hop on to introductions and say a few short things about yourself. Second, you can come to meetings. So our workshop, again, is on 9/18. And if you're feeling really inspired by what I've told you today, you can contribute to the club too. For one, you can become a workshop mentor, or you can suggest AI papers. You can even help us build infrastructure like websites and graphics. And finally, if you ever have any feedback whatsoever, feel free to contact us on Slack and we'll make it happen. So with that, let's go ahead and meet the officer team. Each officer will say a little bit about themselves. This is Jason.
Hey everyone, this is Jason. This first Jason here, definitely. I'm the second year graduate student here at SJSU in CS major. Happy to meet everyone and hope everyone can join our activities and all the events. Have fun here.
Okay.
Hi everyone, I'm Eric. I'm also a second year grad student here. I'm leading a workshop next week with Jane, and I hope you guys can make it.
Hi guys, I'm Gaston. I'm a senior undergrad in software engineering. I'm pretty new to machine learning compared to most of these guys, but I'm excited to make some cool stuff.
And Jason. Okay, he can introduce himself later. And then Jane, our vice president in the back.
Hi everyone, my name is Jane. I'm a graduate student here in computer science. So compared to others, I just started coding 2 years ago, so I'm pretty new to this world, and I'm pretty sure most of you have higher knowledge than me. But I'm here to show that if you're a beginner, this is a good place for you to start. And also I'm here to encourage more girls to join. Where's the girls?
Hello everyone, my name is Andrew. I'm the president of this club. I'm a senior in my undergraduate. I've been doing machine learning for the past 3 years in both research and industry. And I created this club because when I was a younger student here at SJSU, I felt like we were really lacking a community of machine learning enthusiasts who I can talk to. So because it didn't exist, I thought, well, I might as well create it. So here we are today. And then Fabio De Troya and Dr. Tang Sheng Mo are our advisors. But the point I really want to make, introducing everyone here, is to show you that our team is composed of people with many different skill levels. I'm sure there are even some people in this audience whose skill levels are even higher than us. Right? But the point is that no matter what your skill level is, you can all contribute to the club. You can all help us create a really excellent community in machine learning. So let's do this together. Thank you, guys. Any questions?
So are you guys official club of SJSU? I guys registered with SJSU as an official club.
Yeah, so we're a new club, so we're currently in the process of applying. It'll probably take maybe a couple more weeks, but we do have an official advisor, and we're coming through the process. Yeah.
Two things. One, Dr. Detroit is actually right outside. He could get in.
Oh no! Thanks for coming.
Yeah,
I saw.
The workshop next week, are the beginner and the advanced workshops both happening at the same time?
Oh, that's a really great question. So we only have one room booked. So we're going to do the beginner and advanced workshop back to back.
Okay.
Each will be 45 minutes with a 15-minute break in between. So you're free to come and leave for whichever one you want to come to.
Yeah, thank you.
Great question.
So is it recommended that if I am attending a beginner workshop, then I attend, because I have interest in the advanced one as well, so like deep learning, it was specified. So is it recommended that I attend both of them, or maybe just stick to beginner for now and then maybe?
So do you mean attending both beginner and advanced workshop, or like different workshops in succession?
Like I am interested in both of them. So what should I do? Should I attend both of them, or wait till I'm done with the beginner stuff and then?
Oh yeah, sure. It's like if you're a beginner and like should you go to the advanced tutorials too? Yeah, sure. There's no harm in it because they're back to back. In the intro to machine learning workshops, you can have something that's more at your level, but then you can also see what's possible and the cooler things you can do by attending the advanced workshop. That's a great question. Hi.
Is the information to set up for the first workshop on Slack? Like
We're going to put it on Slack, yeah. So our communications are going to go through Slack, so I highly recommend you sign up. Oh, Professor Detroit, do you want to say a little bit?
How are you?
Hi.
How are all of you? Please go on.
Okay. Any other questions?
Just switch back to the sign up URL.
Oh, yeah. If you want the sign up URL, it is, oh yeah, it's right there. tinyurl.com/join SJSU. Hey, Gaston.
So let's say that, like someone else mentioned earlier, I can't make some or most of the workshops. Are they going to be reported or have some sort of info distributed via Slack or some other common source of information so we can use them later?
Yeah, absolutely. So again, we're going to post our recordings online on YouTube, and we'll also share all of the resources that we create for you guys. We want to really try and be open and transparent as possible. Great question. Cool. So you guys are probably hungry. You guys can, oh, okay.
Quick question. So in the beginner tracks, are we going to be working with the libraries as well, or is it just completely like just introduction stuff? Or?
Yeah, you are. In the beginner workshop, we have planned so scikit-learn. And then if scikit-learn is too basic for you, you can also stay for the advanced one, which is the neural networks. Yeah, question.
Should we also consider bringing our own computers?
Yes, please bring your laptop so you can code. And if you don't have like GPUs on your laptops, for example, we'll also show you how to use GPUs in the cloud for free, so you can do your computation there.
Which language would you get?
Python. Yeah, all the popular machine learning frameworks right now are in Python. Yeah.
So should we pre-install some libraries since it's just 45 minutes?
Yeah. Yes. Great question.
And we waste a lot of time.
Yeah. So right after this, as we hand out pizza, we're also going to have a setup and installation tutorial. So if you brought your laptops today, stick around and we'll show you how to get all that stuff set up and installed. If you didn't bring your laptop, we'll also have that resource again online. Thanks. Cool. So I know you guys are probably hungry. If you guys have more questions, feel free to come up and ask me or any of the officers. And for now, we'll pass out the pizza and we'll start the setup and installation workshop. Thank you again for coming.
So next Wednesday workshop beginner track is going to be the very basic one with the Iris project. So if you have ever heard of it, you already know how to do it. You might want to skip that and skip to the second one. But if you don't know anything about it, like stay tuned. That will be the perfect workshop for you. So the goal is try to create a machine learning template for you guys. So in the future, when you have more complicated problems, solve the same process, just using different libraries.
Great point. Thanks, Jane. All right, let's have pizza.